So I want to use another example of using identities to evaluate a function. Since we did kind of a more difficult one with the last one, having to do a few more steps, I wanted to use something that was a little bit easier. So I want tangent of theta is equal to 1/3, and my cosine of theta is less than 0. And I want to use this to find cosecant. So I know that cotangent is related to tangent, and then I know that based on a Pythagorean identity, given cotangent, I'm going to be able to find cosecant. So again, this is just one of those things that looking at those identities, this is maybe one of the most direct routes. And again, this isn't the only way, this is just one of the ways. So I know that cotangent of theta is equal to 1 over tangent of theta, which is equal to 3 over 1, or 3. So I'm going to get 1 plus cotangent squared is equal to cosecant squared. So then all I have to do is plug this in. I know my cotangent is equal to 3. So I get 1 plus 3 squared, which gives me 10, is equal to cosecant squared. I take the square root of both sides, and I get the square root of 10. Now, I need to be careful here because I need to know if this is going to be negative or if this is going to be positive. Now, I know that because my cosine is negative, that my cosecant is also going to be negative based on my unit circle. So based on when I know that my cosine is going to be negative, what's the value of my cosecant based off that identity? In this case, it's going to be negative. So there's kind of two different things to think about in these questions. The first is, what's kind of maybe the most direct way to get to your value of cosecant based on the information that you have, but also based on that unit circle, is this going to be positive or negative based on kind of this other qualifier? Now, if you don't have this other qualifier, we're going to be a lot like we were back in, I want to say, week 2 or 3, where when we started to talk about the unit circle, we realized that if tangent is negative, there might be a couple of different answers for theta. So if this second qualifier isn't given, we might have to be using 2 or 3 different thetas.